Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the home opener for the VIU Mariners. 4-0 to start the season with a pair of sweeps over Okanagan and CBC. Getting set to go against the Langara Falcons team, eager to prove themselves in a very competitive PACWEST. Hi, everybody. I'm Caleb Green, back in the saddle for this season. Ekman Sohal in the circle for the Mariners. He's taken on Nixon Owusu. Two forwards from the lower mainland. A lot of size in the circle. Whistle off the opening tip. And it looks like we're going to get a redo. One back cleanly by Owusu, and we are underway here from Nanaimo. Here's Sabotic. Gets it over Robinson, an immediate three, no good. Rebound Sohal. He's been a revelation for the Mariners this season. 30 points in an earlier game against the CBC Bearcats. Ryan Bastian to the near corner. Winston Cole back over to Sohal, watched by Robinson. Kai Layton, the immediate sub. Over to fellow Kai, Katowski Tenga. Sohal pumps. Tries to get it twice, tipped up. He's able to get his own rebound. Shot clock winding down. Ekman Sohal poked away, taken away by Robinson. Robinson over to Sabotic. The former Mariner, Aaron Ungpresert, comes out. Sabotic, long two, no good. Layton trying to get to it. Tipped out of bounds. Sabotic was the last to touch it. It'll be an inbound for the Mariners. Bastian gets it back from Sohal. Ryan Bastian kicks it back out. Layton three. Bouncing up, no good. Rebound Asirat. Here's Ungpresert. Mid-range shot. Got it, Aaron Ungpresert. Originally committed to the Mariners in 2021. Guy Katowski Tenga off the lob and one! Guy Katowski Tenga, you want to talk about a breakout season. $19.5 points per game. He only settles for two there. Here comes Sabotic, watched by Bastian. Here's Ungpresert again, trying to navigate the defense. Robinson for three, no good. Rebound Layton. He gets it over to Bastian. Here comes Winston Cole. Navigates through the defense. He gets fouled on his way. Mariners will retain possession. Ryan Bastian looking to inbound it. He finds Layton, an immediate three. No good. Cole trying to get to it. Falcons are in possession back. Adriel Asirat preparing for the inbound. Robinson back to Asirat. Watched by Cole. One of the highest tout defenders at a JUCO. Ungpresert three, got it! Aaron Ungpresert sticking it to his old team early. Here's Cole. Over to Layton. Sohal. Back over to Layton. And here's Katowski Tenga back up top. Bastian three. Got it! Ryan Bastian! Here comes Sabotic. Ungpresert, another three. He cannot be contained. Here comes Cole. Layton with it again. Over to Sohal. He travels. Falcons get it back. Obito coming in for Langara as Nixon Owusu subs off. Nice cut from Sabatic. Young Pursuer, mid-range shot. He hasn't missed all game. Cole. Over to Bastion. Sohal. Back over Bastion. Makes a nice move. Cole dishes it over. Layton, corner three. Tipped up. Fighting for it is Sohal. He's able to get to it. Shakes off Sabatic. Shot clock at 10. Tinga thinks about a shot. Spin move. Tries to get past Robinson. Bastion three. Got it! Might have been tipped on the way. Sabatic, he's going to take a shot. No good. Rebound Sohal. Here comes Cole. Cole pumps. Tries to get it up. Pulls down his own rebound off the glass. Third chance! And he is fouled. Marcus Mudrovic coming in. You see him there wearing number 8. Or 24 last season. Bastion, as it's tipped, taken away by Obito. Obito trying to bulldoze his way for 2. He can't get it. Goes out of bounds. Back to the Mariners. Bastion. Here's Tinga. Bastion again. Layton. Mudrovic in motion. Gets it back over to Bastion. Shot clock at 8. What's Bastion going to do? He's going to take a 3 off the rim. Tipped by Mudrovic into the hands of Zongo. Here comes James Zongo. Stripped from behind by Bastion. Here he comes. Dishes it back over. Tinga 3. Got it! Tinga! Here's Zongo again. Trying to get past Bastion. Makes a nice move. Trying to get it underneath. Patrick Robinson up and over. Tipped and taken away by Cole. Lose the handle. Winston Cole dishes off the board! Free throws coming up for the Seattle native. A lot of early fireworks from both teams. Langara jumping out to an early lead. So far, the Mariners have stuck with them every step of the way. Winston called the line. He made his season debut last week against CBC. As he banks in the second free throw, 1 for 2 at the line. Here comes Zongo again. He's going to let loose a 3. Off back iron. Kept in bounds by Nair. Here's Zongo with it again. And off to Unpresert. You done messed up, Ron. That's Mariners ball. Here's Bastion. Matched up against Keito Kusaki. Transfer from Neosho County Community College. Here comes Tinga again. Swashbuckling. Cole trying to get the rebound. Nair sends it ahead. Wide open. James Zongo. Layton preparing for an inbound. He gets it to Bastion. Watched by Kusaki. Cole. Inside to Madrovic. Handoff Cole again. Into the mid-range. Cole. Jumper. No good. Rebound Nair. Cole trying to get to it. He gets it back. On the outside to Bastion. Shot clock winding down. Layton into the mid-range. Back over Tinga. Works his way in swashbuckling. Off the glass. Kai Katevsky Tinga. Zongo nearly had it tipped. Here's Zong Pursuit again. Watched by Tinga. Two hot hands for both teams. Here comes Tinga again. Manu-a-mano on Kusaki. Oh! Are you not entertained? Timeout Langara! If you were to show ChatGPT 10,000 simulations of what a Game 7 looks like, it would look like this. Brilliant plays from both teams so far. But the home team has the slight edge. Kaito Kusaki preparing for the inbound. Spent his high school days at Hachioji High in Japan. Nice catch from Bautista. Foul called. Nair gets it over to Bautista again. Joaquin Bautista has it blocked. Joaquin Bautista to the line. He's taken on a much larger role with the Langara Falcons this season. As part of a lineup that's equal parts dominant guards, equal parts punishing forwards. James Zongo and Aaron Ungpersert leading the way on offense for Langara. P-Rob and Kusaki locking things down on defense, and they got two more on the way. Richard Moses and Charlie Comrie waiting in the wings. Layton gets it over. Sear gets it back from Bastion. Ty Sear bobbles it. Diving for it is Bastion. Can he get to it? Nearly a jump ball. Ty Sear comes away with it. Layton gets it back over Van Egdom. Bastion with it now. Shot clock at 6. Ryan Bastion has it blocked. Taken away by Nair. Here come the Falcons. Kusaki, 2:26 to go. Bautista. Personal foul on the play. Winston Cole checking in. Alongside a whole slew of Falcons. 2:24 to go. Mariners holding on to a 4-point lead over their competitors from Langley. Here's Bautista, watched by Sear. Sabatic out of the corner. Luke Sabatic, nice move, and one! Luka Sabatic with a chance at three. Falcons already in bonus time. The lead is cut to 1. Here comes Cole. Gets it over to Layton, makes a nice move, puts on the brakes, gets it back out. Ty Sear, watched by Owusu, and off Adams, pull up three, off back iron. Van Egdom fighting for it. It comes over to Bautista. Sabatic bobbled it. Watched by Cole. Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Tipped up, taken back by Adams. Winston Cole. Full head of steam down the line, up and over. Layton couldn't get to it. Rebound Robinson. Blatant trip from behind by Cole as Sabatic blows a tire. And take a look at who it is, Brendan McLaughlin. Checking into the game for the first time since 2024. He missed all of last season, nursing a torn ACL. He's expected to be a big part of VIU's offense. They've sorely lacked a post-heavy big last year. That's something Capilano was able to exploit in last year's gold match. As Luka Sabatic ties the game. Can't convert on the second. Owusu able to get the loose change. And just as quickly as the Langara Falcon exited the line, another one's heading right back to it. This time it's Nixon Owusu, second-year forward out of Sir Winston Churchill Secondary. He was committed as a pure center as he banks in the first free throw off back iron. And the second, a much more conventional way. McLaughlin gets it over to Cole. Cole watched by Sabatic. Back over to Van Egdom, the former CBC Bearcat. McLaughlin again. Bobbles it, taken away by Owusu. Here comes Nixon. Owusu! Chopped down, no foul. Rebound McLaughlin. Taken back by Robinson. He thinks about a three. Cole tried to get to it. Asirit over to Owusu! An and one poster for Nixon Owusu. He'll have to settle for two. Potentially not. Jump ball. This Langara bench is raucous. Looking for an inbound. Tried to get it to Robinson. He throws it into the bench, and the Mariners regain possession. Or not. Second chance for Sabatic. He seems confused on the matter. He's going to have to get past Van Egdom. He wants to increase the Langara lead. He finds Asirit. Sending everyone aside. Watched by McLaughlin. Almost blocked from behind. Another and one. What a quarter for Langara. Here's a Siret. Gets 3, where most mortal men would get 2. Under a minute to go. Mariners need a basket in the worst possible way, and they turn it over. Sabotic crisscrossing with a Siret. Top of the arc, a Siret 3. No good. Rebound Sohal. He's trapped in the corner, gets it over to Cole. Tinga walks past the scores table, puts on the brakes, gets it back. Sohal is able to haul it in. Dishes it back over. Thiseer, hand off Bastion. They trade places. Shot clock at 10. Sohal's able to get to it. Works his way into the mid-range. Ekman Sohal tries to get it off the glass. Rebound to Siret. Here come the Falcons. Shot clock is dark. But Siret's going to slow things down. Cole trying to poke it away. Trying to create separation. Dishes it over. Robinson 3. Got it! What a start for the Falcons! A silenced crowd. A 10-point lead. Mariners will have a lot to do in the second quarter. You're watching VIU Mariners basketball on PACWEST TV. Welcome to the second quarter. Mariners trailing the visiting Langara Falcons 26-16. Layton dishes it over. Tinga, step back 3. No good. Tipped up. Layton tries to get to it. Comes back over to Tinga. Shot clock winding down. Sohal loses the handle. Sabotic diving for it. Bad idea in hindsight. It will remain Mariner ball. Winston Cole preparing to inbound in front of his own bench. Bastion, Layton, here's Cole. Shot clock winding down. Winston Cole off the board. Robinson trying to get to it. Unkpresert corrals it, gets it over to Sabotic. Back to Unkpresert. He's been on fire so far. Siret taken out, diving for it. Tinga can't keep it in bounds. It goes back to Langara. Wide open underneath. It's Ehi Obito. This is the largest deficit the Mariners have faced all season. Sohal. Layton. Katevsky-Tinga able to haul it in. He blows past Robinson! Zabadic directing traffic as he crisscrosses across the timeline. Unpursued, walks the tightrope in the corner, watched by Tinga. Couldn't stay in bounds. Here comes Sohal. See a lot of stretch passes for the Mariners. As Layton walks the tightrope, tries to get it off the glass. Obito gets the rebound. Here comes Zabadic down the far side. Zabadic, as Obito blows the tire, hang on the rim was Sohal. And Obito looks shaken up. He looks all right for now. Here's a Sirit. Looks for an inbound. He finds Ungpresert. Mariners get it back. Very short-lived Langara possession. Offensive foul. Zongo can't believe it. Cole gets it over to Bastian. Cole in motion. Top of the arc, here's Layton. Trying to spin past Owusu. Great defense from Nixon and it's taken away. Here comes Patrick Robinson. Blocked! Owusu trying to get to it and he puts it home. Bastian. Mariners have a lot of work to do. Tipped. Nearly taken away. It remains Mariners ball. Last to touch it, I believe, was a Sirit. Sirit checks out. Bastian gets it over Tinga. Back over. Sohal pumps on the three. Into the mid-range. Ekman Sohal lays it in! And one! Ekman Sohal, can I get a two-piece in a biscuit? Third personal foul for James Zongo. And Ekman Sohal. What a revelation he's been for the Mariners. Spent his first 2 years of eligibility with the Douglas Royals. Named to the All-Rookie team in 2023. Here comes Kosaki. Falcons looking to build on their 9-point lead. Zabadic nearly stripped from behind. Ungpresert out of the corner. Here comes Zabadic again. Dishes it back over. Ungpresert, three! He cannot be contained. Aaron Ungpresert. Layton, top of the arc. Inbound coming for the Mariners. Here comes Tinga. Bastian in motion, he gets it over. Layton with it instead. Now Bastian steps back, tries to get it inside, traveling against Bastian. Mariners turn it over. Falcons lead by 12. Zabadic. Foul by Bastian. Levi Van Egdom coming in. For the Mariners, the former CBC Bearcat. Current recipient of the President's Award for combined academic and athletic excellence. Subotic gets it over well short on the 3 attempt. Now Joaquin Bautista is at the free throw line. Makes the first. Not the second. Will the third be a different story? Yep. Timeout VIU. Mariners down by 14. To my knowledge, the largest deficit they've faced all season. It's gotten to the point over the past few years that if you beat VIU, even in the regular season, even if it's by 2 or 3 points, that's the highlight of your season. And what a statement this would be for Langara if their lead holds. Van Egdom. Wide open, Marcus Madrovic. Mariners trying to chip away at the lead. Madrovic, the immediate switch on defense. Now Cole watching Subotic. He's able to work past him. Pull-up jumper from Kisaki, no good. Rebound Layton. There's Tango with it again. Madrovic, up top Layton. To the corner, Winston Cole. Euro step, no good. Madrovic the tip. Inbound coming for the Mariners. Up for a pair of free throws from the Victorian native, Marcus Madrovic. Who's a recipient of the CCAA National Scholarship Award in 2024. Kisaki gets it over to Bautista as he's fouled. 2 free throws coming up for him. One more free throw for the Richmond native as he goes 1 for 3. Back to a 12-point lead for the Falcons. Here's Van Egdom out of the corner, taken away. Here comes Bautista. Back with it is Asira. Andrew Asira dropped back. Kusaki back over to Ungprasser, watched by Madrovic. Ungprasser tries to hand it off, taken away by Tinga. He gets it to Madrovic as it's blocked by Kusaki. Tipped out of bounds. Ungprasser checking out of the game for Langara. Winston Cole heads to the line. Still plenty of game left. .5 points per game for the fourth-year guard out of Seattle. Bautista underneath Ehi Obito swirls the iron. Bautista gets it back out. Kusaki tries to get a three. He travels to do so, and the Mariners get it back. Here's Cole over to Tinga. Relentless defense from Robinson. Tinga blows right past him. Asira directing traffic again. And off Robinson. Patrick Robinson, Euro step, can't get it. Swatted away by Layton, comes back over. Asira pumps on the three. He travels. Mariners trying to put a comeback together. Out of bounds again. Madrovic will inbound it. Tyseer checking into the game. In place of Winston Cole. Bastion with it again. Trying to get past the Bajic. Madrovic with it again. Now here's Tinga, back up top, Layton. Tinga off the handoff. Spins past Obito. Tinga dishes it underneath to Madrovic! It was back to within single digits for just a brief moment in time, but Edriel Asira with the immediate response for Langara. Layton gets it inside to Sear, has it taken away, diving for it, it's at his feet, he's able to recover. Bastion gets it over to Madrovic, Marcus Madrovic to the corner, out of bounds, back to Langara. Asira. Inbound to Sabatic. Gets past Bastion. Into the zone. Not a lot of room. Nixon Owusu makes a nice move, can't get it. Fighting for the rebound is Ryan Bastion. Ryan Bastion heading to the line. 2 for 2 for Ryan Bastian. Long-time Mariner out of Ladysmith. Here comes Asirat again. Takes the handoff from Nair. Here comes Asirat again. Shot clock at 8. A relentless block from Tenga. It results in a foul. Pair of free throws coming for Bram Nair. LeBrom, as his teammates call him. Both teams getting up there in fouls this quarter. Back to an 11-point game. Here's Bastian. Clayton with it now. Looks for a moving Tyseer. Tenga able to get to it. Splits through the defense. Coming down the line, Zabodic. He tries a mid-range shot. Goes out of bounds. Back to the Mariners. They're starting to put a rally together. Mariners call a timeout, as they should. 2:30 to go in the first half. .2:30 to go. Tyseer. Quite the anomaly on this Mariners roster, the lone rookie on the team. A lot of veterans on the Mariners this year. Making what seems to be an all-in push, and I mean, you're hosting the national championship this year, why wouldn't you? Ryan Bastian dished it over. Tyseer into the mid-range, and it's the sea of defenders wrestling for it is Robinson. Jump ball going back to Langara. Asirat will inbound it to Zabodic. He gets it back. Here's Obito over to Robinson. He's going to fire a three off the iron. Bastian diving for it. It rolls out of bounds. And all the way behind the inflatable Jumbotron. Another inbound coming from Sear. Bastian. Madrovic out of the corner. Here's Layton. Tenga comes in from the far side. Relentless defense from Asirat. Obito is able to strip it. Here come the Falcons the other way. Unpreserved checks back in. He loses it. It's taken away by Tenga. Here he comes, trying to get it. Layton behind the back, and one! Kai Layton, get yourself to the line. grabs all three on the layup. Here comes Kisaki. Kisaki tries to go behind the back. Dishes it over. It's tipped up. Taken away by Sear. Foul called on the play. Ty Sear heading to the line. He was originally part of last year's recruiting class for the Mariners, but spent that year playing at Believe Basketball Academy. Made the team this year as a walk-on as he converts the first free throw. Don't go away just yet, folks. We got ourselves a game. Here comes Kisaki, trying to get past Tinga. Over to Subotic, top of the arc. Gets it on Prasert on the inside. Mid-range shot from Obito, up and over. Tinga's able to grab it. Blows past Kisaki, gets it over Bastion. Back over Layton, out of the corner, the stretch big. Bastion gets it back over. Madrovic three, got it! Mo! Money! It's within one! Kisaki looking for the immediate response. Pulled down by Bastion. He's got to get it ahead. Tinga trying to fight for it as it's intercepted by Bautista. Back over Kisaki again, and this time he hits! Kaito Kisaki trying to keep the Falcons ahead. The Mariners have not had a lead this quarter. Foul called against Subotic. Cassidy Kannemeyer not happy with that revelation. He's one of the luckiest people in the world to be able to coach at his alma mater. With 21.9 to go in the first half, but it wasn't always that way. Kannemeyer spent the better part of last decade as the head coach of the Capilano Blues. Helps lay the foundation for what they've become, as Bastion makes it a 2-point game. Joaquin Bautista. On the inbounds. He gets it to Kisaki. Short-lived possession for Langara as they got to do it again. Quite the run the Mariners have been on in this quarter. They trailed by as much as 14. And now they got it back within 3. Another timeout called. Still 21.9 to go. Here comes Kisaki. Shot clock turned off. 12 seconds to go. Kisaki trying to get some motion, tries to put it up. He comes up short. Mariners got to hurry as it goes out of bounds. Back to VIU. Three seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Layton at the buzzer! No good. Kisaki gets the rebound, but it doesn't matter. The Mariners trail by 3. Going into the second half, but what a job they've done to claw and climb back into it. Timely shooting from Kai Katowski-Tinga. Strong defense from Bastion and Madrovic. You put it all together, And you got a team that could take the lead sooner than you think. We'll take a quick break for halftime. We'll be right back after I go get some water and the rest of us probably spend halftime watching the Blue Jays. You're watching VIU Mariners basketball on PACWEST TV. Welcome to the second half. Falcons lead the Mariners 44-41. Sabatic off the handoff of Sirit. 3, no good. Second chance now. Up and over, out of bounds, back to VIU. Beckman Sohal inbounds it to Bastian. He finds Cole. Back over to Layton. And off to Sohal. Tinga with it now. Layton back to Tinga. Navigates through the defense, tries to put it up, no good. Rebound Robinson. Nearly swiped away by Sohal. Patrick Robinson goes up and over the basket, but he is fouled on the way. First foul of the quarter. As Robinson misses the first free throw. He's on track to set a career high for steals per game this season. As he banks in the second, he's already got 2.3 per game. The most on the team for those keeping score at home. Here's Layton. Nice move from Tinga with the mid-range, and it's within 2. Sirit watched by Cole. Unkverser comes out of the corner. He was on fire to start that game. Cooled off just a bit, but he hasn't gotten that many looks. He could still have the hot hand. Sirit blocked. Rebound Cole. Almost kept in bounds. Mariners retain possession. Nixon Owusu can't believe it. He's going to get fouled for that. Beckman Sohal coming in. He finds Bastian. Tinga from the corner, watched by Robinson. Guy Tinga navigates through the defense and ties the game! Unkverser gets the handoff. He's got a nice wall around him. Sohal the switch, gets it back over. Sabatic. Sirit pumps, relentless defense from Cole. Wide open, Sabatic 3. Off the rim, rebound Sohal. Here comes Tinga, bouncing it underneath. Layton, back over to Sohal. Dishes it to Bastian in the corner. Cole pumps on the 3 into the mid-range. Back over. Tinga able to corral it. Shot clock at 9. Tinga! The Mariners have the lead! Brand new game here in Nanaimo. First time the Mariners have led since the first quarter. Unkverser, top of the arc 3. He got it. Aaron Unkverser, he stays hot. Winston Cole gets it to Tinga. Back up top, Bastian, watched by Sabatic. Layton, back over to Bastian. On the inside, Sohal watched by Unkverser. It's off the glass! Beckman Sohal! Here's Sabatic again, gets it to Unkverser. Watched by Sohal. This is a good matchup. Two of the best offensive forwards in the PACWEST. And Aaron Unkverser having himself a night. Layton 3, off back iron. Tipped, it comes back over to Cole. Tinga, back on the inside, Sohal. Beckman Sohal, backs out, Unkverser off the glass! Back and forth these big dogs go. Here's a Sirit, straightaway 3, off back iron. Fighting for it is Robinson. He dished it over, it's taken away by Bastian. Going ahead, here comes Layton. Up and over, Kai Layton. The run continues for VIU. Poked out by Cole. Longpursuit able to stay with it. Tries to back him down, works his way inside the paint. Diving for it to Sohal. There'll be no jump ball. Bastion gets it ahead. Kataski Tinga makes a nice move, gets it over. Cole has it poked away. He's able to retrieve it. Layton open in the corner. Here's Bastion. Cole in motion. He's going upstairs. Winston Cole comes down awkwardly as it rolls out of bounds. Timeout, Cassidy Kannemeyer. This is the Mariners team that people have become so accustomed to throughout the better part of the 21st century. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate the shout out, man. And I'm sure the Mariners appreciate the run they're on. There you see Jacob Tom, Tom Deckman Sohal, the former CCAA All-Canadian with the Mariners. I've seen him suit up a couple times in practice. He could sub himself in right now for all we know. Winston Cole finds the lane. He gets fouled on the way there. And Kyle Layton says, "Are you not entertained?" Winston Cole, career 50% from the line as he converts his first. It's a multi-basket lead for the Mariners. An impressive first home outing for the kid from South Seattle. James Zongo, mid-range shot, swirls the iron, rebound Layton, wide open, Tinga, full head of steam behind the back, and he lays it in! Kai Katowski Tinga. Leave it to the Mariners and Matt Kuzminski to turn a 14-point deficit into a 7-point lead. Shades of the third quarter Golden State Warriors that dominated the 2010s. Very similar makeup between those two, with their emphasis on shooting as Zongo travels. Mariners get it back. Ekman Sohal preparing for the inbound. He finds Bastion. Immediate defense from Kisaki. Layton, handoff back to Bastion, almost like a flea flicker, but a foul called in the process. Zongo checks out. Sirit is back in. Cole to guard Sirit on the inbound. Kisaki in motion. He gets it over to Nair. The battle of the bigs between him and Sohal. Tinga the switch. Off the glass. Tinga's able to get to it. Going ahead for it is Cole. Mano y mano on Batista. And it's taken away. Here comes Batista again. Dropped back, nearly taken away by Layton. Mid-range shot. Sirit rolls off the rim. Rebound Sohal. Here comes Bastion with it again in front of the scores table. Dishes it wide open. Tinga three. Got it! Keep firing, Kai. 10-point lead for the Mariners. Kusaki taken away by Tinga. What a night he's having. Tinga upstairs. Oh! Between the run the Mariners have been on and the Blue Jays on the cusp of a World Series, this crowd has plenty to be proud of. Mid-range shot from Obito goes down. Back to a 10-point game. Here's Tinga again. Gets it over lane, dishes it to Bastion into the mid-range. Back over to Cole. Straight away, Tinga again. Sohal backs inside. Offensive foul by Sohal. Here comes Asira. Backs away from Layton. Bautista almost poked away, and a relentless block. Robinson's able to get it as it rolls out of bounds. Back to VIU. Layton, trapped in the corner. Pulling it down is Bautista as he looks shaken up. Asira turns the corner, hands it off to Robinson, back down by Layton. Bounces it inside. Brom Nair amidst a sea of defenders, and he gets it with a chance at three. An and one layup for LeBron. First-year center out of Vancouver and Gladstone secondary. Ty Sear checking back in for the Mariners. As Nair pulls 3 out of 2. Tinga over to Sear, who just checked in. Bastion straight away. Layton with it again. Nearly tipped. Shot clock at 10. Bastion's got to move. He's got to be wary. 3. No good. Madrovic fighting for the tip. Robinson comes away with it. He gets it back from Sabotic. Coming ahead with it now, James Zongo, as he's shot down by Madrovic. Inbound coming for Langara. Levi Van Egdom coming in place of Marcus Madrovic. Sabotic finds Robinson. Back over, Sabotic corner 3. Up, no good, rebound Layton. Tinga tried to get it to Bastion as it goes out of bounds. And the Falcons are starting to get some of that fire back. Bautista watched by Van Egdom. Late in the switch, now Tinga, shot clock winding down. No good, Bastion fighting for the rebound. Bautista's able to get it as he blows a tire. Another inbound coming for Lucas Sabotic. He's had his fair share of these. Falcons in bonus time. Zongo exiting the game. 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Pair of free throws coming up for Joaquin Bautista. And you hear some of the Langara fans that made the trek down from Langley or Vancouver or wherever they're identifying us from. It's like saying you're from Victoria when in reality you're from Langford or Saanich or Colwood. Tyseer and one! Or is it? The Mariners thought it was an and one. So too did the Falcons for a moment in time. Inbound coming for Langara. Here's Bautista, double teamed. Cole makes the switch. Offensive foul, I believe, called on Edriel Asirit. Here's Tinga. What a night he's had. Mid-range shot. He's automatic. He's unconscious. He's Kai Tinga. Nice pump move from Edriel Asirit. Under 30 to go now. Mariners lead by 5. Tinga's got options. He gets it to Cole, immediate handoff back. Tries to go behind the back. There's a battle for it. Tinga's able to come away with it. Cole waiting in the corner. Shot clock at 1. Cole's got to put it up. He can't get it off in time. 9.9 to go. Neither team has to worry about a shot clock. Nice moves from Sabotage. He's got the entire team on him. Robinson, he had one buzzer beater. Can he get another? He cannot! He'll have to settle for a foul. Another chance at late quarter heroics for the Oregon native. .5 to go. Three-point game. Cole's just going to let the time run out. You couldn't ask for a better game for the Mariners home opener. They lead the Langara Falcons 64-61 with just 10 minutes to play. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back for the final 10 minutes. The brand new game. You're watching VIU Mariners basketball on PACWEST TV. Welcome to the fourth quarter. Mariners trying to hold on to their lead. They spent all last quarter cultivating. Layton gets it back over to Sear. Tinga out of the near elbow, dishes it back. Layton, shot clock at 8. Tries to feed it inside. Sear has trouble with it. He throws it out of bounds. It'll go back to Langara. Here comes a Searet on Pursuit into the mid-range. Robinson comes in from the far corner, tries to put it up off the underside of the rim, out of bounds, back to VIU. Here's Van Agdam. Trying to get it underneath, holds on, behind the back, Levi Van Agdam! And blowing a tire is Van Agdam. The basket will not count. Offensive foul on Obito. As Van Agdam got a face full of hardwood, here he is again. Coming out of the corner, Layton into the mid-range, finds Cole straight away. Winston Cole back over Van Agdam, corner three. Off the top of the backboard, that's not something you see every day. Here come the Falcons again. Nice move. And an and-one layup for Edriel Asiritz. He finishes the three-point play. Back to within 2. Winston Cole gets taken down. Mutually assured foul, it seems. Sear on the inbound to Cole. He finds Tinga. The immediate defense from Robinson. Now Layton watching Obito. Tinga, three! Off the iron! Rebound Obito. He gets it over to Sabatic. Robinson from the scores table. Works his way into the mid-range. Trying to go underneath. Obito! No good! Rebound Cole! Here come the Mariners again. Tinga comes in, one-handed floater, no good. Second chance! This time he got it. Kai Tinga, have yourself a night. Here comes Sabatic again. Straight away, he dishes it out. On Pursuit shot, no good. First miss he's had in a long time as Layton grabs the board. Sohal and Bastion returning to action for the Mariners. Sohal, the man responsible for the inbound. One of the early favorites for PACWEST Player of the Year, and perhaps additional accolades. Similarly, Ryan Bastion in the running for DPOY. Van Agdam, Layton, Sohal out of the corner, trying to lay it in, gets his own rebound, fighting for it. As it rolls out of bounds, the Mariners retain possession. Mariners call their first timeout. Big news coming out of Toronto. Alejandro Kirk has been hit by a pitch. Bases loaded with Varsho coming up to bat. Hopefully not the last time I'll have to bring up the Blue Jays. But being in bases loaded with one out, something for this crowd to keep in their peripheral vision. Winston call, rejected by Robinson. Brief stoppage just as Bastian comes out. Layton over to Cole. Offensive foul as the shot clock was winding down. Here comes Sabatic, hand off to Zongo. One of the higher touted players in his recruiting class as he's hounded by Bastian. Scored 58 points in an All-Star game, and he scored 2 more right there. Back to within a basket. Van Egdom fouled! Levi Van Egdom heading to the line. He was CBC's three-point specialist last season. He was pulled over to VIU to replace their previous three-point guy, Peter Lee. He transferred to Capilano this past offseason. The Mariners will have a chance to reunite with him in 2 weeks' time when the Blues come to town. James Zongo, another shot, gonna bank it in, rebound Owusu! 1 point game as Soho throws it out of bounds, another chance for the Falcons. Sabatic looking for the throw-in. He gets the handoff from Bautista. Trying to get it wide open underneath Bautista! And the Falcons retake the lead. Here comes Van Egdom. Tinga straight away into the mid-range, puts it up, and he is fouled. This is the first. Tie game. Taken away. Zongo couldn't hold on to it. Here come the Mariners. They're in bonus time. Van Egdom three, no good. Rebound Bautista. Here comes Subotic again. Dished it back out, Zongo three, no good. Lane trying to get to it. Mariners say they have it. And they do. Here's Tenga, between the legs, dishes it back over. Cole, back up top, Layton. Van Egdom, they trade places. Shot clock at 8, handoff Cole. Cole trying to get through the defense, trying to roll it in, and he can! Winston Cole! Mariners retake the lead. But with how Langara's looked, how long will it last? Zongo, shot clock winding down. Aaron Ungpresert blocked! And a foul! Ungpresert. At the free throw line, he makes the first. Tied for the team lead in rebounds per game with Patrick Robinson. Both have 5.5 per game. Marcus Madrovic checking back in. Mariners need all hands on deck for the final 4:38. Ungpresert ties the game. Madrovic out of the corner. Van Egdom on the inside. Here's Layton. Hand off Tenga. Nice ball movement and blocked from behind. And he is fouled. Makes the first free throw, restores the lead for VIU. As does the second. Back to a 2-point Mariner lead. Zongo coming down the near side. 4:21 to go. Zongo trying to get it underneath. Owusu couldn't find the handle, and the Mariners take over. Here comes Bastian. Finds Layton. Back over to Bastian in the corner. Madrovic thinks about a three. Bobbles in, and it's taken away. Here comes Asirat. Over to Ungpresert. Mid-range shot. Off the glass, tie game. Aaron Ungpresert. A mammoth performance against his former team. Tenga. Kicks it back out. Bastian! Off the board. Tenga tried to get to it. Rebound Ungpresert. Here come the Falcons. Ungpresert three! Off the iron. Rebound Bastian. Kicked back out. Another foul called, this time Owusu. He checks back out of the game. Obito coming in his stead. Pair of free throws coming for Kai Layton. He's the centerpiece of VIU's 5-out offense. But with McLaughlin's return, Perhaps we can see a shift to more of a 4-out. Or perhaps employing more traditional bigs. Layton only converts on one of the free throws. Here comes Ungprisert again, nearing the 3-minute mark. Osira trying to get it underneath. Obito off the glass, but he is fouled. Am I? Obito makes the first free throw. 2:55 to go. And he misses the second. Madrovic tried to get it. Out of bounds off of Madrovic. Langara says it was off of him. And they're right to believe that. Osiritz looking for the inbound. And another foul. Obito again. The former Douglas Royal. Spent his first 2 years, including a red shirt, with the Royals. As he restores the lead for Langara, question is, will it be by 1 or 2? It'll be by the full 2, and with 2:53 to go, the Mariners got to kick into overdrive. Here comes Bastian again. Bastian dishes it back out. Layton, wide open 3. Got it! Kai Layton! Lifeline for VIU! Zongo trying to stay with it. Here's Obito. He's had 4 from the line as it goes out of bounds. Falcons will retain possession, only down by 1. Madrovic, good defense on Ungprisert. Shot clock winding down. Ungprisert blows a tire, trying to get to it. He gets back up. Fadeaway shot, he got it! An unbelievable shot from Aaron Ungprisert. Layton into the mid-range, kicks it back out. Tenga 3, got it! Just what the doctor ordered for the Mariners. Another chance now, an immediate response. Zongo goes up and over. The Mariners say it shouldn't be a foul. And James Zongo will have a chance to tie the game. Zongo. Tie game. '81-81. Bastian gets it over Van Egdom, makes a nice move. Blocked by Osiritz, taken away by Ungprisert. Zongo comes in again, off the glass, and the Falcons retake the lead. It's going to come down to the last possessions, taken away by Robinson. Pumped out, Madrovic takes it right back. Tenga into the mid-range, kicks it back out. Madrovic 3, no good. Rebound Layton, he comes back out. Dishes it back over Mitrovic to Van Egdom. Tinga waiting in the corner. Shot clock at 8. Seatbelts are fastened. Bastian into the mid-range. Clock winding down. Leighton 3! No good! Under a minute to go. Zongo's taking his sweet time. Letting the shot clock wind down. Kannemeyer telling him to move. He kicks it back out. Asirit bumps on the 3. Shot clock winding down off the glass. No good. Fighting for it. Robinson can't get it. Rebound Bastian. Van Egdom. Tinga in the mid-range. Spins past Doug Presser. Can't get it. Rebound Leighton. Trying to get it. It's a foul. And Leighton will head to the line. Cassidy Kannemeyer will call his next timeout. What a game here in Nanaimo. Falcons won't have to worry about a shot clock. If the Mariners want any hope of winning this game without overtime, they'd have to make both free throws here. Kyle Leighton at the line, former Charles Hayes Rainmaker. Misses the first free throw, and that's huge for the Mariners. As Langara can put the game away with a 3. They don't have to worry about a shot clock. Dishes it over. Robinson can't hold it! The Mariners will have the last laugh! Timeout! Matt Kuzminski. It's all come down to this. One of the wildest PACWEST games in recent memory. It will come down to the final possession. Who wants it more? If you're the Mariners, you don't care about a 3. You just got to bleed as much clock and get the first layup or mid-range you can find. Levi Van Egdom to inbound. Who will come out victorious in the PACWEST Game of the Year? Let's find out. Van Egdom on the inbound Leighton, gets it over. Bastian, pull up 3, got it! Got it! Got it! Ryan Bastian at the 11th hour! Timeout Langara! Can you believe it? Never In your wildest dreams, would you see something like this? $85-83 for the home side. Here we go. 10 seconds to salvation. The difference between 5-0 and 4-1. Robinson to inbound. Tinga to watch him. Expect all kinds of motion. Robinson looking. He gets it to Ungpresert. The best man for the situation. 4 seconds to go. Into the mid-range. Ungpresert. Pull up. No good. The Mariners have won. Oh! A late shot from Sabotage. At the buzzer. And we're going to overtime. How much more is there to give? Luka Sabotage. If the Falcons go on to win this game, he's getting a statue outside of Willoughby. Here we go. Welcome to overtime. Sabotage kicks it out. Asira 3. Just a bit off kilter. Rebound Madrovic. Bastion, who gave the Mariners the lead late. Layton. Van Egdom for 3. Got it! This place is going bananas! Asira gets the handoff from Sabotage. Loses it. Great defense from Layton. Shot clock violation. He couldn't cross the timeline. The Mariners take over. Madrovic looking for the inbound. He gets it to Layton. Layton, good defense from Obito. Robinson tried to poke. Comes out to Tinga. Into the corner. Swings it all the way over. Superhuman grab. Shot clock at 2. Van Egdom, another 3. Got it! Got it! The Leviathan awakens in Nanaimo. Sabotage comes down the line. Walks the tightrope into the mid-range. Kicks it back out. Another 3. No good. At the feet of Madrovic. Tinga's able to get it. I'm running out of voice. Van Egdom, here we go again. Tinga just on the outside. Shot clock at 16. Layton straight away. He finds Bastion. Watched by Sabotage. Gets it back up. Layton top of the arc. Hand off Bastion. Shot clock at 7. Here comes Bastion down the line. He loses it, and it's taken away by Ungpresert. Just under 3.5 to go. Aaron Ungpresert into the mid-range. Dishes it back over. Obito trying to walk the line. Watched by Kai Layton, off the glass, no good. Layton's able to get the tip. Madrovic falls over. No foul called. Layton. Offensive foul, I believe. 3:02 to go. The Falcons will get possession. Down by 6. In what's been a whirlwind of a game for both teams. Bautista on the inbound to Asirit. On Brissert. Over to Asirit again. Watched by Van Egdom. Under 3 to go. Obato, lots of room between the legs. No good. Rebound Tinga. Mariners have been dominant so far in overtime. Another 3. No good. Rebound Bautista. Asirit gets it over to Patrick Robinson. Stripped from behind by Bastian. He gets it to Layton. Going upstairs. Tyseer. Oh! And 1. How much more do you have to give? I might not have a voice by tomorrow, and I couldn't be happier. Regardless of whether you cheer for the white and blue or the orange and black, this has been one of the games of our time. The N1 is good from Sear. Mariners have a sizable lead. On Brissart! My apologies, Bautista, he can't hold on to it. But it doesn't matter, he's heading to the line. Trying to get something going for the Falcons. They led by as much as 14 today, as Bautista misses the first free throw. Second one from Bautista. No good. Bastian grabs the board. As if one foul wasn't enough, here's another. Nixon Owusu, it's your turn to get a couple servings at the charity stripe. Makes good on the first. Not much luck with the second. Layton grabs the board. He had to fight with Bautista for it. Here comes Bastian approaching the 2-minute warning. Mariners lead 94-86. Good defense from Sabotage. Blocked by Unpreser. Diving to the corner. The Falcons take it. Stretch pass. Bastian and Van Egg to blow tire. Sabotage off the side of the backboard. What a game this has been. $1:50 to go. Layton inbounds it to Bastian. Sabotage watching Bastian. Two of the taller point guards in the PACWEST. Here's Tinga. What a night he's had. Over to Layton. Hand off Tinga. Trying to create space. Shot clock at 5. Tinga makes a nice move, dishes it over. Bastian long 2. Got it! It's a 3 for Bastian. 11-point lead for the home team. Another shot, no good. Rebound Bastian. He's got the 11th hour superpowers that define great teams. Trying to bleed out as much time as possible. Here's Tinga. Mid-range shot, just it over. Bastion, another shot. Got it! 100! 44 seconds to go. Falcons running out of time. Unpreserved. Dances beyond the arc. Works his way into the mid-range. Gets it past Sear. Falcons continuing to attack. Here's a Sear. High arcing shot. No good. Rebound Tinka. Owusu falls over. 27 to go. Mariners looking to put a bow on it. 15 seconds on the clock. 7-second difference. Game clock and shot clock. Tinga trying to end it here. Step back shot. No good. Owusu's able to get the rebound. One more chance for Langara, but it will not matter. Sabotage comes down the line. Tries to put up a shot. Makes Tinga miss. Goes off the glass. Banks it in, but it will not matter. A white and blue W in the craziest way you'll ever see. On their home opener, the Mariners win it in overtime, 100-88. You want to talk about the DNA of championship teams? This is what defines them. That constant drive, that continuous offensive assault, the Mariners just would not let up. And they'll be back here tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for a rematch of the ages. Until next time, on behalf of Matt Carter, Danielle Hyde, Joel Wiersma, David Forster, our entire production team at VIU, I'm Caleb Green, saying so long, and we'll see you tomorrow. You're watching VIU Mariners basketball on PACWEST TV.